So if you're watching this, then thank you. I admit this wasn't the video I'd hoped to get out in time for the debut of the final Slug Street Scrappers, but essentially, here's what's going on. But first, just a quick overview of the channel. So if you watch the credits for Slug Street Scrappers 4, you might actually know what my real name is, but here I'm known as Dr. Black. Since high school, I've been trying to choreograph fight scenes. Originally, it just started as something we did for video projects for chemistry and physics, which really the reason we did fight scenes for those classes weren't because we had to film anything, but really because I wanted an excuse to do fight scenes. If anything, it was like, oh, we had a fight scene. Oh, but here's the chemistry part after the fight. And then for the physics one, it was kind of like, oh, well, here's a fight, and let's explain how our motions justify physics. The chemistry video actually is on the channel, but the physics one is not. Mainly because it was rushed, because we had time constraints, and it looks really, really bad. Like, we did things in one take because we really just did not have time. The sad part is that that was actually supposed to be the better one. We actually hit each other a couple times just to make it more convincing. Keep in mind, this is before I learned about certain ways of editing fights, so I was largely clueless at the time. Over time, I've progressively gotten better at doing this, though. Actually, part 3 of the Nerd Tournament in particular, you may notice that the fight suddenly increases in speed about halfway through. Well, the reason for that is because the second half was produced an entire year after the first one. Production schedules on this stuff really has not been good for me. I wanted to get the rest of the series out during the summer, but sadly I'm not sure if it's going to be possible anymore. The project I was working on before this was a fan film, and I'm kind of glad that got canceled, even if it's kind of reflective of our terrible production schedules, but also the fact that now that our fight quality has increased, I'm more confident in our ability to go back to that later if we ever get the opportunity, but I'm going to be very vague as to what that is. Let's just say that the Nerd Tournament's Hunter Cazares character was supposed to originally be in that fan film, and the character was actually repurposed slightly to fit into this new story. The only piece of that original project that are left are the bully video on my channel, so if you want to see what it was going to be, or at least part of what it was going to be, then I'd recommend checking that out. Anyway, here's the footage I promised. 1 training montage and 3 unfinished fights where I experimented with my friend Andre in different ways to get fights choreographed. Kind of think of it as a progress journal. So after you're done here, if you feel enticed, subscribe, take a look around, share the channel, but if not, well, that's cool. I wasn't for you. Please come back.